Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things finance, business, real estate, and investing. And if any of those topics are of interest to you, then please consider subscribing. In this video, I want to talk about a very popular question that I get asked a lot, and that is how to get money to start your own business. I am going to be uncovering 4 primary sources of funding to start your business. The first source is obvious, and that is banks. Here's my problem with banks. A lot of larger banks have a problem with loaning out money to small businesses. It is very difficult to secure any form of small business funds from these banks. In fact, an average of 24% of small business funds are actually approved by these large banks annually. It's not impossible, but it is very hard to be able to do this. So let's just say you walk into a bank with a well thought out plan. It's very unlikely that the bank will approve you for a loan. You don't have any track record, you don't have any, prior success in business. They don't know you personally. They don't know how you handle finances and whatnot. So you are simply just a paper with numbers on it. And if those numbers are not favorable to them, if your finances are not in check, then they are very unlikely to give you a loan. So if this is your first business idea and you have poor financials, it is going to be hard to convince them of anything. You are very likely to leave empty-handed, and you're just a big risk to them. And of course, it's all about revenue. It's all about the income that is generated from your business. Small businesses, usually they have less revenue than large corporations. Banks favor large corporations, and if you're a small business guy, to them, they are going to view you as more likely to default on a loan. So you might be asking yourself, hey, well, if banks don't give me a chance, then how am I supposed to prove myself? How am I supposed to get funding for my business idea? This brings me to the second primary source of funding, and that is private financing. What this means is that you are going to go to professional investors that are looking for investment opportunities. They are looking for people like you. They already have money, but they want to make more money. They want to put their capital to work. They are sometimes referred to as angel investors. They are basically non-bank individuals, and sometimes they do work in firms, and I personally think that this is a great option if you do it right. Before you do anything, you want to make sure that this investor is reliable and has a history of investing in other similar businesses like yours. A good starting point for a lot of people is to work through your professional or your personal networks. You can also try your Chamber of Commerce, and there's also small business groups in your local community that you can check out. You can even try local trade associations. And just keep in mind that these investors want to see 3 primary things. 1, it's a well thought out plan. 2, it's projections for growth. And 3, of course, healthy finances on your part. And also, you just want to be aware that these investors, since they have a lot of experience, they might ask for a big chunk of your business. They might also want to be involved in important business decisions or operations. This is definitely something you want to weigh out. Before you go with this route, you want to make sure you know how much of a percentage of your business you are willing to give up. Now onto the third primary source of funding for your business, and that is friends and family. This is arguably the easiest form of funding for a lot of people, and it requires the least amount of work as far as presentation goes. Let's just say you have a wealthy aunt, for example, that you want to borrow money from. You still want to show her a well thought out plan, some projections for your business, market analysis, just so she knows that you are serious about it. She's gonna trust you with her money, so you obviously want to show her that you're serious about it. And if you have this type of relationship with somebody in your family, I bet they will be very impressed and more likely to lend you a hand. Okay, so let's just say that you have no luck, no family members that are wealthy, nobody that is willing to invest in your idea. Nothing is working out. So what do? Well, you need to rely on merely the value that your product is bringing forth to the market. Any which way you look at it, no matter how you are funding your business idea, there has to be some value. But in this case, you want to go the extra mile. You want to connect with your customer. You want to make it so the value of your product or service sparks an interest in your potential customers. This brings me to the fourth and final primary source of funding, and that is your customer, your potential customers. Websites like Kickstarter, I have some personal experience with this, they are perfect for this, because what you can do is you can set up a page with a prototype, some cool photos, videos, and once there's enough people to fund your project, you produce it, and once you produce it, you send out the product to the customers that initially funded your project. And what's cool about this is that most of the time you'll find such a great community of people that are willing to fund your project, and sometimes they are willing to wait months for the project to be produced. So yeah, all in all, it really doesn't matter whichever route you take. Whether it's you decide to go to the banks, you go to private investors, your family and friends, or straight to the customer, I encourage you to try them all out for curiosity purposes. Just remember to have an open mind, have fun, and just do it. You got this. Good luck, and I'll see you next time.